Well, hello guys and girls, we are back once again for another video. We're going to be having a look today at my raid team. So before I start, I just want to thank everybody for the incredible support I've had on my previous video. We've broken 250 subs, which is crazy. We've got more views on the previous video than I've even got subs. And I just want to take a personal thank you to everybody who has commented, liked, supported me, whatever that might be, even if it's just abuse. I do really appreciate it. So thank you ever so much. And one of the things I want to highlight on this channel is around kind of mid-game content, early to mid-game content. And I really want to talk about raiding and things like that. Really go through how I do my raids, some of the teams that I use for raids, which aren't including some of the meta characters that I think you see pretty much everywhere else right now. Okay, so this is a 130 million damage is the most I've ever got in Incursion 1. I don't have, as I say, I don't have Deathseed. I don't have Deathseed built. I don't have Pegasus built. I don't have Bifrost built. So it is a little bit of, I guess, teams that I use that help me out, that might help some of you guys out, because I think we far more often than we care to admit focus on those end game teams, those end game kind of content teams especially, that can push these raids a little bit higher, and actually forget about people such as myself, maybe people that are returning with kind of sub 10 million, 12 million TCP, that don't have the luxury of some of those brand new teams. I'd love to build a big Bifrost team, for example. Don't have Archangel, very unlikely to have Archangel in the near future. Have no idea when he's going to be released. You know, only Mystic people know, only people that can see the future know when he's coming out, and you best your bottom dollar that I've tried to get that information, but unfortunately I've not been able to. So yeah, this is just going to be a really quick video for you guys, showing you my raid teams. I really want your assistance and I really want your guidance, so please tell me down in the comments below if there's any changes you would make, if there's any improvements you would make. Try and have them, maybe some of the older characters. I do have Val a little bit. I do have a couple of the newer guys built. I don't have a massive Spider Weaver or anything like that. So pretty much every character that's out within the last year or so is going to be sub 100,000. So that's going to be a real trouble point for me and a pinch point for me, and I'm working on doing what I can do at the moment. So what I'll try and do, and you'll see it in a second here, is show you my teams. And I've also built a couple of the newer teams, certainly in Mutant. But as I said, we were able to get 130 million on one of my attempts. This one's not going quite so well, but we'll talk about that in 1 second. So if you do enjoy this content from me and you do want to see more, I really would urge you to drop a thumbs up for me. It does really help me out. Drop a subscription on the channel as well. That, you know, if we can start pushing kind of 275, 300, that would be absolutely fantastic. And I stream every single day over on Twitch. So that's also down in the description box below. We've actually just finished a 90-minute stream tonight, which went down really well. We started talking about kind of sausage rolls and things like that. So it is a bit of an odd one. And I do give off that vibe on video, I know. So if it's something you're interested in, just go down to the description box and have a look there. So that is enough plugging from me. Let's get into the video that you've come here for, which is just to go through my raid team. So they're nothing spectacular. And as I said, I really want to highlight this for you guys. This is not end game teams. These are not the teams that you are going to be doing Incursion 2, 2.1, 2.2. Absolutely not. This content and this video and these teams are made for those of you that may be returning to the game, maybe newer to the game. As I say, sub 20 million probably TCP. Anything over that, you'll probably be doing the higher ones anyway. You'll probably have Apoc and things like that that'll help you get through. So we'll start, I guess, with Mystic. This is the one that I have a lot of trouble with in Incursion at the moment. So the strange thing is, Spider Weaver, as we all know, is on the first node of the Mystic. I cannot get through that Spider Weaver, and you are probably the same. If you've got a solution, I'd love to hear it. Please let me know down below. That's the team that I use at the moment, and I do a bit of a mismatch team. I can take out new warriors with Deathpool, and I can put in, I've got Dormammu, so I can make some changes to that team. I've got Surfer and things like that, so I can blend that team out and maybe make two teams. But one of the things that I will show you guys as well in a later video, once I've figured out that first node, I've been able to one-shot node 2, which I think is an interesting concept. So with this team, at this power, you can absolutely one-shot the second node. I didn't do it on sim, I didn't do it on auto, I physically did it and played the node myself. You can absolutely clear that node. So if you've got a lane partner or a lane buddy, you can really do that. It's not an easy node to do. There needs to be a little bit of RNG, but a 1.1 million team like that, all of those are pretty decent, pretty used characters now. Investment in those isn't going to set you back, isn't going to push you too far behind. Be careful at the top end that you train them. I wouldn't go much higher than I have at the moment because there's a lot of other options to deal with. There's obviously a new Mystic raid team as well, and there's a raid team that's not this one. So just be careful how high you get them, but you can absolutely do Incursion 1.0. You can definitely do Doom 3. That's what I was doing before, was loving life with these on Doom 3. So you're able to sim auto on Doom 3, and potentially I'll get some footage of that coming soon if that's something you'd be interested in as well. Skill and tech are also really tough with these teams. I find that with skill, it's quite RNG dependent. So I think skill and tech, for those of you that are doing Incursion 1, that's where you are going to want to go more towards some of the newer characters. These teams will be absolutely fine in Doom 3, Doom 2, be absolutely fine. I'd argue that these are a little bit on the high side as well for Doom 2, so you don't need to overinvest in some of them, but the likes of Kestrel and Doom, we've probably all got invested in, and I'd argue even Lady Deathstrike as well there on the skill team at the tech team. Sorry, I knew I was going to make a mistake, but on the tech team there. So you should all have Weapon X anyway. Still a good staple, good in Cosmic Crucible, good in War, good in Raid as well. You do split them up, obviously, with a Mega Raid going on the Mutant side. So a very good team. I would probably say T'Challa is long out of this team. I wouldn't be using T'Challa anymore. And if I take a look at, mine, we'll have a look at the tech and we'll see what other options we've got available to use in the tech nodes instead of T'Challa there. So he is, as I say, a bit on the low side. Vulture's had his rework. That's probably a better option for me. So if I had him a little bit higher, I'd get him in. You've obviously, as I say, got Nebula, but I wouldn't really be using Nebula on their own. Similar with like Misty. So I'm a bit short on options, but I know, as I say, there's some good characters if you do have them built up. So see what you do, see how you get on. I'm going to continue building them myself, continue looking at what options are available to me. But these are the two that I am struggling the most with. So I'd say any guidance, any help would be very much appreciated. I know neither of them are Apex teams right now. They're not number one teams. But for those of you getting into Incursion 1.0, you'll be able to do a little bit. You will just need a lane partner. You're not going to be soloing either of those two nodes. And then Bio is one that has definitely surprised me. So this is my original team. This is the team that I've used for Doom 2.2, 2.3, and then Doom 3 as well. And I was getting through that pretty okay. I was quite surprised with what Web Warriors were doing. I have built one of the newer teams, so I've built Rebirth. You can do Incursion 1. I can do both nodes in Incursion 1, manually fighting rather than automatic and sim. But with my account size, it's kind of unexpected to be able to sim at this point. So you can get through with a 750k team there. So it's not an overinvestment. None of them, as you'll see there, are gear 16, 17, nothing like that. They're all pretty low investment. Level 80, you'll be able to do them pretty easily for those of you that can unlock them. Not fantastically difficult to unlock either, in quite nice farming locations. And Bio, as I say, is one of those that you can really boost your points, especially if you've got a lane partner. You can say to your lane partner that you're going to take those nodes, which is what I do. You'll get through nodes 1 and 2. You won't be able to one-shot the boss node, but I think it's wildly expected and accepted that not that many people are going to be one-shotting overall boss nodes. But this is a very good team, so you can mix and match it if you need to. So I do, as I say, use both of them. I tend to sacrifice these guys on the boss node and then do a cleanup with these. But it is a very good team, and that gives you an idea of where you can invest without wasting your resources on those. And then finally, the one that's probably surprised me the absolute most, right? So Mutant, we know it's Deathseed. We know that's the team that is expected to be used. It's a team that we need. But as I mentioned in the video a little bit earlier today, I don't have Archangel, and Archangel's not likely to be in my roster anytime soon. We've got no idea when Archangel's coming back. Being the fourth horseman in the row, I would assume we'd need Morgan first, and then it would track through until we get to Archangel. So I'm quite far off. We do still use a little bit of these teams, but one of the ones that I was quite surprised about is this team at the bottom here at 1 million. I actually sim 1, both nodes 1 and node 2, and I'll show you in a little bit the current incursion raid that I'm in to show you that I was able to get through both of those nodes. We did. It surprised me. I'll be honest. We did do a little bit of damage with our original team on node 1. I think we did 2 million or 2.5 million when we sim autoed it. And then yeah, the bottom team was a pickup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test and learn some more of these, because I think the majority of you will have these. Rogue is potentially the one that you're struggling with, similarly with me with the other horsemen. But I think a lot of people that are playing this game, certainly in and around 10, 12, 15 million TCP, will have definitely got the horsemen in their first run. Maybe not as high stars, but as I say, mine's only 5-star, and you'll see that the team itself is only a 5-star Gambit, 5-star Rogue, 6-star Sunfire. So it's by no means a massive team. Everyone in the team is a character that you want to build or you need to build. So Weapon X, as I said, very good in War, very good in Crucible, still a staple, similar to Infinity Watch. It's one of those, as long as you don't overinvest, you're not going to have too much of a problem. But Omega Red has a place in the earlier Dark Dimensions as well. Gambit and Rogue speak for themselves, still fantastic used characters, still a team you will come up against in Crucible a lot, come up against in War a lot as well. So yeah, I think that is a surprise to me. I hope it's a surprise to you. We are going to do some more videos as well with some different teams, some different compositions, some footage of them as well, showing you how I work through them, what doesn't work, what does work, because I think, as I say, that's an area of content and YouTube I don't think is necessarily open to everybody. And whilst I'd love to sit there and use the teams that are advertised in a number of videos, speaking to you guys, and you probably have similar problems as well, just are not obtainable to all of us at this moment in time. So taking a look at Incursion 1, you'll see here that I was able to get through the mutant nodes. We've done a little bit on the boss just to kind of show you there, but this was the team that we were able to clean them up. As I say, we did a bit of a sacrifice on the boss as well, but we were able to get through them. So we got through this node on my own, and then this node as well on my own. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you found those raid teams helpful. I know it's a bit of a daunting task at the moment, trying to figure out exactly what is needed, what is required, how do you get into Incursion. It's the raid that everyone wants to do these days. I'm moving through them pretty quickly, so I've been back playing for a month now. Started off with Doom 2. Then I moved to an alliance with Doom 2.2. I've moved to an alliance with Doom 3, and this team is now doing Doom 3 and then alternating with Incursion 1. So there's still a lot for me to learn. I'm really keen to hear what you guys think of my teams. I'm absolutely okay if you tell me they are trash. I think the bio team speaks for itself. They're being used by pretty much everybody anyway, so that's a surefire kind of build for you guys. But the rest of them, as I say, as long as you don't overinvest, and that's key of the day, do not overinvest in these teams, because they're not Apex, they're not meta, but they still are going to help you probably get more points than you were expecting with some of the other teams. So if you did find it, as I say, helpful, please do come back again. We'll have some footage. Hopefully I will be able to kind of clear a lot more of these nodes manually. I'm not going to post a video of me just doing them on auto. That's nothing that you guys need to see. But thank you again. I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing on. Keep kicking on. The gold event starts in a couple of hours, and we've just released a silhouette as well for some up-and-coming character releases. So yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. I'll be back streaming tomorrow. Links down in the description. Thank you ever so much for your time today. See you all later. Have a lovely evening.